So I'm Sinead Douillon and I'm from City Lab Coventry, based in Coventry University. The business model initially was very much about how can we support a more sustainable city through this, at the time, new Living Lab model of bringing different stakeholders together. So the business model at the time, in 2011, was very much focused on supporting small to medium-sized enterprises to use the city as a demonstrator and showcase for their technologies. And we absolutely did do that. So we had a large-scale electric vehicle and infrastructure charging project in the early days. Before smart meters were more prevalent, we were providing local citizens with smart meters from the local library, and that work was funded partly by companies, so large automotive companies and small companies locally, partly by the local government and partly by national government funding schemes. So it was a mixed funding model. As time progressed, our business model changed, and if I'm honest, it changed with the projects that we won. And why did we win those projects? Because we were able to make a good case regarding the role of the ecosystem that exists in a living lab. So also we need to be realistic that by being a living lab, now that it's more well known, we have the ability to provide a business model to funders that guarantees that you will be able to bring mixed stakeholders together and work on a common goal. I have to say now in 2022, the business model's evolved again, and because we have been predominantly university, city and project funded, we've started to realise that there's a bit of a weakness there and we need more of a mixed economy. And why is that? Because we feel that we can better support not just citizens and public authorities and private enterprises, but we can support small companies as well better with a mixed model. So in terms of a mixed model, I mean funding from consultancy. A lot of our provision in terms of training and work with citizens is project funded, but we've realised that the funding mechanisms through European Social Fund, for example, they actually exclude people who are employed, and so that's why we want to look at a model where for a subsidised rate then employed people can join. And then the research funding is really important within the Living Lab if you can combine it with the practical funding. And so we've been through some roller coaster rides in terms of our business model and funding model, but after quite a few years, if you can have a diverse range of funding, including funding that supports start-up social enterprises as well, then it helps with sustainability. So start small and don't worry about being too ambitious, and in some respects having a very prestigious governance body, if you like, can get in the way of that small is beautiful, nurture it and grow. So, and I think start with one project, then another, and then grow your community, and don't worry too much about where you're going to be. Probably focus more on your values.